Well, now we're coming in from our walk, and I'm going to practice our little mat exercise. I'm going to do the little step in through the doorway. He waits. Okay. Walks through with me without pulling. And do a little left turn here. Go and close the door. And then Nesti. Always have him Nesti before you send him to the mat. This exercise is done exactly like I'm showing you right now. Nesti, and then he waits for you to, if he's on your left, with your right hand, pat his chest and say, Gana. Walk over with him and say, Parky. Good. He gets a reward. Make sure that, good. He's not trying to grab the food out of your hand, because that's disrespectful. And that is reactive behavior, and the whole purpose of the mat is that he's not reactive, and that he's calm, and he's focused, and he's in the moment. So you start off doing this exercise in a real easy way, standing in front of him, and then, good. Just doing that a couple times, making sure he's calm, he's taking the food off the mat, he's waiting for you to deposit it on the mat, and then withdraw, and he's taking it off the mat. Every time you give it to him, you say, good. So he's doing this well. So now you do a basic downstay, which is to walk around him. Always come back to the same place to reward him. Good. No matter where you go, and you'll see every time, no matter what I do, I always come back, and it always ends the same way. I come back here, I reward him like this, above him like that. Good. Making sure he's calm and not taken out of my hand. So we walked around both ways. We'll walk around both ways again. You can walk around both ways like this if you want. Once you get really comfortable with this, and then after you've gone around both ways, just give him a reward. Good. And then you can start doing things that are more difficult for him, such as any furniture you have in the house, the sofa, chairs. You can sit down. That's very often an invitation for the dog to jump up and come over to you. But he passed that test. Nope. Make sure that he doesn't touch your hand. Good. I'm going to go in the back of the house here. You're going to lose sight of me here. Go back in here, knock on the door. Come back. Good. He can look at something as long as he stays down and his body doesn't twist around. He can turn around. It's actually good. It's actually an involuntary reaction to notice something, but as long as he stays there and doesn't move his body, that's okay. So now I'm going to go past the camera person and back in the back of the kitchen here. So we're just doing something different every time. I'm going in a different direction each time, always coming back here. Good. Now I'm going to start doing some hard stuff. I'm going to go outside. And if you ever need to do something that you think is difficult for him to handle, it's okay to remind him what you want him to keep doing. So I'm going to say, Parky, as I go out here and knock on the door. And see, he gets up. So you say, no, because this is going to happen to you. So we're going to leave this on here. See, I did my little left circle. That's like a reset. You step into him, do a circle, lift your left foot, just put him back, go back and do it again. Parky. Good. So he did it successfully. Come back, gets a reward. Good. Now we'll do something even harder. Going to remind him again, because this is going to be hard for him to do. Parky. And come over and bang on the windows. And flip the mail slot. No. So that's hard for him to do as well. So what do? I come in, stay calm, reset him, put him back. Do it again. Maybe doing all of these things is a little bit too hard for him at first, so I'm just going to do one of them and come back and then go back and do the next one. And that's what you want to do. If you're doing something that keeps making mistakes, you need to back up a little bit and make it a little easier. Parky. Good. So I'm breaking it up. Doing too many things at once was too hard for him. So I'm just doing one difficult thing at a time. Banging on the windows, coming back. Now I'm going to do something else difficult. Parky, reminding him what to keep doing. Banging on the window a little bit, and the male flap. Good. See how he reset himself because I walked this way, he put himself back straight on the mat. If I would have walked this way, he probably would have turned more that way. So if you come the other way, he'll straighten himself out on the mat like you just saw him do. Good. So we'll try one more thing. Parky. See how I'm adding one thing at a time? So I got the window, I got the mail slot, and I have the doorbell now. Good. Good. So through the sequence, he made a mistake because I tried too much too soon. And so what I did was I broke it up, and I did one section at a time, and then I came back and I did everything at once. And he was able to be successful at it. So that's what you want to do. If you ever attempt something that's difficult for him to do and he makes a few mistakes, go back, do it a little bit, whatever it is. Do it less, do it softer, do it less time, whatever it is. Get a success and then build up to what he made a mistake on before, and he'll be able to handle it. Good. When you're going to take him off the mat, you're finished with the exercise, you pick up the leash, stand back next to him like this, just like you're going to walk him. Hold the leash like you're going to walk him, just like that. Hang that over your thumb, take up the slack with that hand. This hand, the leash, the part that goes to him comes out the back of your hand. Say, okay. And then you can either have him nesty and then just release him to be free, or you do what I'm going to do, which is, okay, take him outside, let him have some free time outside. In any case, nesty, this exercise always ends with a nesty, because if you release him out of his parky, he's gonna anticipate you're about to release him, and he's gonna jump up and run off. But if he knows he's still on the clock until you walk somewhere and have him nesty, you'll keep the calmness of each exercise that you do with him. And that's the whole idea of this mat exercise, is that he comes off the mat, even if it's 5 minutes a day, a little bit more stable, a little bit calmer every time. No. He makes a mistake at the doorway, you close the door and you do it again. Okay, and then out here, nesty. Just going to let him be free. This is the way you want to let him be free too. Walk him through the door, have him nesty outside, and then take the leash off and then pat his chest with your right hand and say, Gana, and he can have free time. That's the way you let him be free after any exercise in the house and just free time outside. That's how you want to do it. Walk him through the door, have him nesty out there, and release him from that out on the porch.